Hey guys, Greg here from Catskill Collections TCG. Really excited to have this video today. Yesterday was our first time ever vending at a show. It was absolutely incredible. I had a blast. I'm going to show off some of the stuff that I got today from the show, whether it was in sales and trades or whatever it is. The first initial review of it was a great time. It was in Albany at the Albany Capitol Center, the Capital Region Card Show. It was awesome. It had 2 rooms filled and a hallway filled with sports and TCGs, Pokemon, whatever else. There was a lot of vendors there. And for a Sunday, a football day, it was kind of slower in the morning and then got a little busier in the afternoon. At one point, I had 4 people at my table at a time, and I was trying to do deals. I'm like, all right, I gotta go one, and I'll figure it out. But overall, it was good. I learned a lot. At first, I was definitely a little more timid, to try and do things, whatever. Once I started making some sales, I got more confident and in the negotiating. My stickers were a hit. I had white for near mint, yellow for LP, and orange for MP and beyond. Everyone liked that, so whenever they saw the stickers, they knew what it was, or what I had it labeled at, or whatever it was. So people liked that. They thought that was a cool idea. Overall, my layout I thought was great. I had a binder of $10 and below cards, vintage, commons, and full arts, whatever else. And then I have another binder that had mid-end stuff, mid-price to low-end price stuff, stuff that I couldn't fit into the actual display. That I prioritized certain cards in the display. I only got rid of 1 slab yesterday, and I took in 2 actually. It was part of a trade. It was probably the biggest value trade of the day. It was a Lost Origin booster box that I had, and I had a Latios EX from Breakpoint, I believe it was, a PSA 9, about a $180 in value. And I took in these 2, a tag team and a 10. And this guy. I never thought I'd own this card to begin with. Okay, I've seen this card going crazy and crazy and crazy. It's such a cool card. And that guy that came by that traded me these, plus cash, I got these 2, plus $80 my way for the Lost Origin booster box and the Latios EX. But he had gold stars. I was like, whoa. If I had more of a cash bankroll to blow, I would have went for those instead, but this caught my eye right away. And a tag team and a 10, still pretty cool to me. I know it's not the rarest one, but it's still Jigglypuff, Mega Low Funny, Cosmic Eclipse, Sun and Moon, English, and then that guy. Plus cash, to me, it was no brainer. I bought the booster box from Pokemon Center years ago. I was never gonna rip it, so it was up for sale or trade at the show. I said if someone took it, I would, if I made a good offer, I would think about it. And this plus cash was too good to pass up. Sorry there, someone was calling me there, so I don't know if you even heard anything I said there. But yeah, that was the biggest deal of the day. I'll show you the card at the end here in the stack here. That was the biggest. Second biggest trade of the day. But here's some cards I picked up. Dragonite. I'm a Dragonite fan. This card is awesome. It's LP. So super cool. Pick that one up. That one I bought. Vintage Venusaur, Erica's Venusaur. I love this card, so pick that one up. Kind of bought that one flat out. Playables, SIRs. Love it. People that want to come by who play the TCG, I know this card is used a lot in the TCG, so I picked it up for people that come by my, looking for that. Here's a cool one that I never have owned before. Rayquaza EX, and it is minty. Pretty cool. Love this card. Promo. Picked it up and part of the deal. So these 2 were picked up together. Plus Alakazam and Blastoise EX from 151. They were all in a lot deal, so that was pretty cool. And then these 2 are sick. The Hitmonchan is awesome. I love this. This guy came by. He's like, "Hey, you buying?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Look through here, see anything you like." I saw these, and I was like, "Yeah." I love the old Silver Border EXs, so those to me are super cool. And then probably the coolest trade of the day was for this guy. I had a Mega Gengar Shiny, the promo. And this guy had never seen this card before. He's like, "Oh, I'm a Gengar fan, whatever." And I was like, "Oh, you don't like this card?" He's like, "What card?" And I showed him the Gengar. I guess he didn't see it. And he was like, "Whoa, I have never seen that card before." And I was like, "Here it is, brother." And he was just like, "All right, go through here, see what you like. Let me know if you like anything." So I was like, "All right, I'll go looking through." And the Lugia V was there, and so was the Cynthia's Garchomp SIR. So I wanted one of those. He said no to the Garchomp, which I was like, okay. I probably could have got that more of an equal trade where I wasn't paying cash out, but he said no to it. So I was like, all right, what about the Lugia? And he was like, I'm not against it. So we worked on the percentages, and I gave him a good cash offer plus the Gengar, and he said yes. And so, I mean, two banger deals, in my opinion. I mean, these are the highlights of my day. And it's just that day was even better. I traded / bought a Distant Rivals booster bundle. So I traded like 2 cards and $26 cash. And I pulled that last night. So it was a pretty good day. I can't complain, honestly. So to kind of celebrate that, I picked up these 2 tins today from Dollar General. I picked up 2 of these the other day also. I'm just curious if these have the same packs in them or not. The old version of these tins had Paldea, Base, and Obsidian. These have... They're updated. They're going to have 2 Paradox in these and a Twilight. Not bad at all, honestly. Can't be mad at that, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to have just a little fun little pack battle between the Tyranitar tin and the Slow King tin. Tins are alright. The same tins that they've always had. The same promos. But the fact that they updated the packs, to me, is kind of cool. We won't do a pack battle. We're just gonna open the packs for fun today. 2 Twilight, 4 Paradox. So we'll go 2, 2, and then 2. We'll start with the Paradox. But yeah, so overall the show was great. It was awesome. It was such a cool feeling. I stayed until they kicked us out. I was doing deals to the end. So yeah, it was great. Met a lot of people there. A lot of cool interactions. Nothing and nothing. There was one guy who struggled taking no for an answer. I had a 151 sealed booster bundle display, and he was trying to trade me a opened one and $100 for my sealed one. And I'm like, a sealed one goes for like 13, 14. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, okay, no. So he came out like 2 more times, and yeah, just never changed his offer. So I never changed my answer. Nope, nothing there. And oh, nothing. It's an AX, but it fooled me. I thought it was like something crazy. Okay, there's a hit at least. Just we're gonna get skunked. Black and White hates me, that set, so I never get pull anything out of that set. So, and I did buy 2 tins of them just to keep opening it and pulling nothing out of it. I love pain, torture, so. Let's see. This is Twilight. An Eevee or a Greninja would go crazy after yesterday. Full art. Okay. Okay. Couple of hits. Can't be mad. Yeah, last night I pulled that Mewtwo last night after that booster bundle. I yelled like a little girl. I did. I won't lie. I was in complete shock. Kadabra. That Kadabra promo It's coming out soon. That one's going to be so awesome, by the way. Sorry, tangent, but yeah. So, crazy luck last night. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not, but crazy. And what's funny is actually someone actually asked for that card at the show, and I had that bundle sitting there. If I had extra vision, I could have said, yo, it's right in there, buy it. Probably would charge them $100 for the bundle. Kidding. Nothing and nothing. Okay. Well, last two. My next show is in 2 weeks, again in Albany. 518 Collectibles is putting on the show. I'm looking forward to going out there again and vending in Albany again, you know. It's the closest thing to me probably. Albany or New Jersey is probably closest. Maybe even Massachusetts, Connecticut, PA-ish. Depending on where in that state it would be. But, yeah, so excited to get going again in 2 weeks. I have some more shows in October lined up, and I'm trying to find some more for November. I'm trying to do at least 2 a month. Nothing there. Nope. Okay, another full art. I've actually never seen the card before. I've never seen it. Toxicity. Huh. But yeah, so if you're in the area, come on down. I'd love to see you and love to do some trades with you guys. So, all right, last pack. Let's see. I don't even know what that Sayar is. Altaria? Tyranitar? Groudon? I think Groudon is in the set. That would be cool, but not gonna happen. Last card. Nope. All right. Well, better than nothing. And I thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing, anything. I appreciate it. You know, go ahead and make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram. If you have anything you're trying to sell or anything like that, reach out to us and I'll take a look at it. But yeah, have a good one, guys.